In my opinion, trainer Derrick James is a very underrated trainer in the world of boxing today. He is the trainer of ERROL Spence Jr., CHARLO, and most recently, he started training Rob BRANT. Now, so far, this has been like his best year as a trainer, because this year, first of all, he got ERROL Spence Jr. to win the IBF belt against Kell Brook. He trained ERROL Spence Jr. to beat him. He's also been training CHARLO. Now, CHARLO, prior to joining Derrick James, he wasn't really known as a puncher, but lately he's been really sitting down on his punches more, and he's been really knocking guys out. I mean, prior to joining Derrick James, he was going the distance a lot, but he seems to have gotten like more better at punching ever since he's joined the tutelage of Derrick James. Derrick James, it has an exciting style because he trains his fighters to be aggressive, to be dominant, to be the hunters. Right now, Robert BRANT he's entered the World Series of Boxing. I never remember what it's fully called, but he's the only American. Rob BRANT is the only American in the World Series of Boxing, or whatever that tournament where they were competing at 168. He's the only American, and guess what? He's trained by Derrick James. Now, obviously, just because he's trained by Derrick James doesn't mean he's going to win the tournament. I've already said I felt Chris Eubank Jr. will win the tournament. And obviously, Rob BRANT is no ERROL Spence Jr. or CHARLO, but can you just imagine if this guy right here on the screen, Rob BRANT, goes on to win the tournament, goes on to beat George Groves, goes on to beat Chris Eubank Jr., and he is trained by Derrick James? That's going to make Derrick James looks really good, because it's like, oh shit, Derrick James trained. And just imagine if ERROL Spence Jr. goes on to become the unified welterweight champion in the world, the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, like I think he is going to do. It's going to be like, oh shit, Derrick James trained ERROL Spence Jr. to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. He also trained Robert BRANT to win the tournament that he's at 168. You know, that'll make him look really good. This has been, like I said, the best year for Derrick James as a trainer. Derrick James used to be a professional fighter. He wasn't a good professional fighter, but a lot of trainers who become really good trainers weren't necessarily the best fighters. I mean, Emmanuel Stewart used to be an amateur, but he wasn't the best amateur when he was young, and then he became a really fantastic and one of the best trainers in the world. Freddie Roach was a professional fighter at one time. He wasn't the best professional fighter. Yeah, look at him. He's had several top guys. I think Derrick James himself, not the best fighter, but so far in his young career as a trainer, so far I like what I'm seeing, because he's gotten these guys like CHARLO, ERROL Spence Jr. in Texas. Even like, what's his name? Rob BRANT is not from Texas, but Rob BRANT has moved to Texas now. I'm very interested to see, because, you know, in this tournament, Rob BRANT is we're gonna really see if Rob BRANT is the truth or if he's not. Because this tournament, Rob BRANT, up to this fight, has not fought anyone. So this is gonna be the tournament where we're gonna see how good is Rob BRANT. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's about to face in this weekend. He's about to face that Bramer guy, the guy that who fought him? Who just fought him? Was it Nathan Cleverly? Someone, I think it was Nathan Cleverly or someone just fought this Bramer dude. This is the This is the best guy in his resume so far, in Rob Brant's young resume. So if he goes in there and does a better job than Nathan Cleverly, or just destroys him, that's gonna be a statement for Rob Brant, and it's also gonna be a statement if he wins the tournament for someone like him and for someone like Derrick James. You know, I'm not sold on Rob Brant yet because I haven't seen him in there with no top guys. I have to see a guy in there with top guys for me to be truly sold on him. I've seen some of his clips. He seems like he has a punch, but again, he's knocked out guys that aren't the best quality guys. He does seem like he has some talent. I know Mr. Boxing Today is big on him. I think they're both from the same place, and I know they sparred in the past. I don't know, like, I have to wait to see how good he is for me to, like, give him any hope. But this is why I'm actually excited to see. I'm gonna watch the fight this weekend. Rob Brant versus that Bramer dude, because this is his first test as a pro. Bramer has way more experience than him, so like, see, will he be the Andre Ward? Well, you know, because Andre Ward, prior to going into the Super 6 tournament, no one really knew who he was. And by the time, when the Super 6 tournament was over, every hardcore boxing fan knew who he was. Because he, like, that really made him his name when he won the Super 6. Because he beat all those top guys in the Super 6. So, will it be the same case for Robert Brant? I don't know. Might be. I believe Robert Brant was a natural middleweight, 160-pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, he's not a natural super middleweight. But then again, Chris Eubank Jr. is also not a natural super middleweight. Like I said, I think Chris Eubank Jr. wins. But who knows? Maybe Robert Brant will change my mind. You see, now I'm just going into a whole nother subject. This video was dedicated to Derrick James, but you know, I keep rambling and rambling. But I think he's a slept-on trainer, and I think a lot of people are gonna be talking highly about him, because one thing I notice with trainers is if they have a good talent and if their fighters keep winning, a lot of people start like becoming big fans of them. Like, if you remember when and a lot of fighters start going to him. If you remember when Andre Ward won the Super 6. I just drank something there. When Andre Ward won the Super 6, all these fighters started going to Virgil Hunter, because that fight, when Andre Ward won the Super 6, it also made Virgil Hunter big, because all of a sudden Virgil Hunter started getting all these fighters. All of a sudden guys like Amir Khan joined Virgil Hunter. You know, Andres Fanfora, all these dudes start, you know, Andre Berto, all these guys started joining Virgil Hunter's camp because they saw his success with someone like Andre Ward, and they all wanted to see if they could get, you know, even Alfredo and Gula. I guess they all felt like, I want to, you know, learn from Andre Ward. They were impressed with Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? So, I have a feeling that's what's going to start happening to Derrick James. Before you know it, if he keeps winning and his fighters keep showing success, a lot of guys are going to start joining Derrick James, and he's going to start, like, being a real big figure in the world of boxing. But yeah, it's just my little opinion. I think some people are saying he should be trainer of the year. Maybe he should, because this has been a great year for him. I don't know if he should win it, but he's definitely in line to win it, because, like I said, it's been a great year for him as a trainer. With the whole ERROL Spence Jr., Jamal Charlo's been doing good. And especially also if Robert Brant, you know, wins against Bramer, because I don't know, he's probably underdog, I would imagine, because he's not that known. Bramer is way more known. Maybe he's not the underdog. But yeah, definitely a good trainer. I think a trainer that is going to go on to probably have a lot more world. Was ERROL Spence Jr.? I have a question. I haven't like searched this up, but was ERROL Spence Jr. Derrick James' first champion as a trainer? I don't know. I haven't. Oh no, he also has Jamal Charlo as a champion. That's true. Jamal Charlo is a champion, and also Errol Spence Jr. So he has 2 champions. And if Robert Brandt wins, he'll have 3 champions. So, you know, so far so good. So yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Just a video letting you know my thoughts on Derrick James as a trainer. I like the way his style, because he trains guys to come forward and to cut the ring off and to like be aggressive. Or maybe that's just like because Errol Spence Jr. stands out so much, and Errol Spence Jr. is like a very good, effective pressure fighter. I actually think someone like Jarrell Big Bang Miller would do good with Derrick James, because Derrick James and Jarrell Miller, I think stylistically, Derrick James would really like someone like Miller, because Miller is an aggressive guy who cuts the ring off. So I think Derrick James likes to train aggressive guys like that, because I think that's his best type of style to train. Guys who like really are aggressive, because that's like the styles that I notice he does good with. But yeah, guys, this video is way too long. That's all I have to say, guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and I'm gonna be back with more boxing as always. I'm out, guys.